Okay, guys, welcome to this live stream. So hopefully everybody is hearing me. Basically, what I want to do today is go over a question I received on the YouTube, which was why doesn't hatching go to Trimble Siteworks from Trimble Business Center? So let's see if I can figure this thing out. Sorry, you guys, it's my first time, so I need to get myself to the screen layer. Press Shift +6 to here, so I can present my screen. And I'm just trying to figure all this thing out as we go. And I'm not really sure why you guys are not seeing my page here. Oops, that's too big. Let's see if we can get and share the screen with you. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Oh, present, here we go. Slides, no, present, share a screen. I'm gonna share a screen and I'm gonna select my screen 1. And there we go, hopefully. Oh yes, there you guys see my Trimble Business Center. So let's do this. Okay, so now I'm learning this, so great, thanks for your patience. We're gonna start a new project as I'm used to working in metrics, so this is the metric one. And I open a new blank project. I'm gonna kind of zoom in, go to my CAD, and create a polyline on the, let's say, 0 layer. I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna create a kind of weird shape here. And I want to try something else, so I'm gonna do another shape here. So as we did before with the other Business Center tutorial, right now we're gonna go and create a hatch. I think it's under drafting. Here it's create a hatch. So I'm gonna select my boundary. I'm gonna select my pattern. Let's do a dash 45 scale. Let's go 50 for now. Let's do preview. Yeah, there is the dash. Okay. Let's see if we do 25. What's that gonna do? Hit preview. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna hit apply now. So I'm gonna create the hash. And there we go. So when okay, there we are. When I click on it and select it, it should select it as a hatch. Under properties, this is dashed hatch, and I can change the properties here. If I go to 150, it's loading. As you can see, it just does it like that, right? So if I go 10, that didn't do much, right? So we have to go at least 20. There we go. And seems like that there's something. There you go, 20s. Oh, okay. So it was just doing it even 10. So it just took a while. Yeah, you see, they are really, really small. I have the angle here as well. Okay, so let's do, if I manage to change it to maybe 300, let's see what that does. So that should technically give us like a less hatch. Okay, so we can actually see it like that, or maybe even 400. So smaller number than more of them. Okay, because this will allow us to move a little bit. And for this one, I'm going to convert it into the line string, because what I want to try here, I want to try to fill it up with let's say a red color, and see if we can manage to export these out. So first of all, we're gonna do this. Well, I guess I clicked again on it, properties, and change it to red. Okay, we're gonna close this. So right now we're gonna go to construction data and job site, and I'm gonna create a new job site. I'm gonna call it test hatch job. I'm gonna attach it to my business and the thing, and then I'm gonna go and create a design, and I'm gonna call it just test. Attach it to the same one, and I'm gonna go and select both of them, all of them, so the hatch, the lines, everything, and add them and hit OK. And now I'm gonna go to the Siteworks and open the Siteworks, which will obviously open the Siteworks, and we should already see our test hatch job here. Work order, I'm gonna add work order, test work order, hit finish, and design, we have the test design, and I'll hit accept. So I'm not gonna connect to anything, and as you can see right now, it just brought in those two rectangles, no hatching here whatsoever. So that's not the best, but it is what it is. So let's go and try this. I'm gonna change the product. I'm gonna unload this design because I want to change it, and I'm gonna jump back to my business center and try. So obviously draw field doesn't work, but for the hatching I should be able to explode the hatch. Under the CAD you hit explode. So I'm gonna explode, and it obviously exploded in the 2298 objects. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take those objects and I'm gonna relayer them. Instead of layer 0, I'm gonna create hatch layer. Okay, so now if I turn off the hatch, hatch is gone. If I turn off 0 and I turn on hatch, I have the hatch here, which I can technically delete. Okay, so now when I'm gonna go to my construction data and I'm gonna go to design manager and open my test design, I'm gonna resolve the issues. And first of all, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna turn off the 0. I'm gonna take all this and add them into my design. So once I add to my design, then I'm gonna go back to my Trimble Siteworks and change the product and add the test accept. So let's see so right now we can see the hatch. Now the problem with that idea is that it's actually each individual lines, right? And that's the reason I have created the layer, because if I want to turn it off, I can turn off the layer hatch and the hatching disappears. But if I want to see the hatch there, I can go back to my layers, turn the layer hatch on, and I'll see the hatching there. Now, not really sure why I wanted to see hatching, but that was a question which was brought out by, let's see if I can figure that one out. Let's go here. Let's go YouTube. Okay, let's go YouTube here. YouTube. Sorry, guys. YouTube Studio and comments, right? So that was a comment from. Is there a reason that the hatch doesn't show up in the field controller, right? So we have the solution, which I just went through, where we figure out how to show the hatch in the Siteworks. However, it might slow down your controller, right? So that's why we actually put in the, it's just kind of workaround, right? Not necessarily. So why would you want to see the hatch in the, that would be my question. Why would you want to see the hatch in the Siteworks, right? So one reason why you might want to see it is if you have, let's say, a road or a parking lot, right? So let's say this would be a parking lot, and you have a heavy duty through the middle and side, so you can kind of figure out which are the heavy duty portions, light duty portion. I'm not usually putting hatch there. I would put like the lettering HD and LD, light duty, heavy duty, depends on what kind of shortcuts you have, abbreviations, and that's easy because you can just take the lettering, right, and just do HD. And I do the same thing for the designs in the machine when I want to show operator. Okay, this portion is heavy duty, this portion is light duty, this portion is gravel or sidewalk, so he knows when he's cutting that helps him out in the field to cut that, right? So that would be the hatching into the other question I had was about some controller things, so not really a question for Business Center. So that would be kind of quick Q&A for today, because hoping that for the next time to compile more questions. Usually questions include, where to get this file or where to get that file. So I'm kind of answering those as I go. As far as the rest goes, I'm trying to do videos for that, but I wanted to do the live streaming just to try it out, because I've been thinking of doing it for a while now, but with my English being a second language and everything, it was always kind of like I was kind of shy almost to do that. So yeah, let's see, is there anybody out there? If anybody has any questions, just put them in the chat there, and if we have them, I'll give you guys another minute or two. I see there is few people out there, so we'll be able to figure it out. Live chat. It's a new experience, so let's see how that goes. Okay, look at that. So any question in regards to Trimble Business Center, if you guys want to put it in the chat, I should be able to see this and should be able to answer it on the fly, if obviously if I know. Again, there is 300 different ways to do the same thing in the Business Center or any other CAD software as well. The reason I like it is just because it's kind of more field friendly. Just trying to see how this thing works here. Comments there, like your comments show up on stream. So I'm using the StreamYard. So what else can we look at? So this was today we discussed the hatching. What else can we kind of take a quick peek at here? We've been over the hatching before, where we discussed how to change that and deal with the hatching. So as you guys can see, this today I showed how to bring hatching into the Trimble Siteworks, so it should work in SCS. I do not have SCS installed anymore because oh, I see Jay. Hey Jay, welcome. Oh, I'm so happy. Look at that. So your question there is, do you know the proper way to set up the topsoil in the MSC Manager? Okay, sorry. Let's see. What you are talking about, side improvements, about this, all these little nuances. I work for dirt contractors which move dirt, and in all honesty, I have not been using this landscaping topsoil tool much, but if you click here, right, so you get those infos, right, and it's gonna basically, when you hover over each one of them, it's gonna say, you see, so this is the adjacent side improvement, this is your structure, right, so let's say gravel, then you have the sod, you have the topsoil replacement layer, and topsoil earth fill. So I don't know, do you have a specific scenario? What do you mean topsoil, right? Like, I mean, when I have landscaping grass, which basically is that, hey, I replace all my landscaping areas with 150 topsoil. usually when we strip the topsoil from a side here, that topsoil gets taken away, or it's used in the like common fill in the topsoil areas, and then they'll bring in the screen topsoil for the final layer, right? And that final layer would be 150. So let's see if we can do this. So if I would add a new landscaping sound improvement, call it topsoil placement. Obviously, we're gonna go planimetric area or surface area. I mean, with the topsoil, unless you have really crazy slopes, should not be big deal. Color by cut. Yeah, so it doesn't really give us, right? So you see, I did create my landscaping here. So I have to go to my materials, landscaping. Usable and unusable. So you would have to set both of them. One would be like a stripping topsoil, and one would be topsoil for replacement, right? Because stripping topsoil usually have that vegetation, or it might be okay. Let's see. Do I have a takeoff which I can open? And I'll just show you mine. Oh, now I have to put something in here. What is this? What does it want? Enter a value. Just leave it that way. Huh. It doesn't want to let me get out of here. Yeah, so that's what I. Well, it doesn't let me write the number here. 0 soil property 100 whatever. Sorry, enter a value. Okay, entering a value. Sorry, guys, it's okay. So 101 shrinkage. Well, 80% all foliage. 80% cubic meter. But I can't enter the value here. 80%. You always have some. Okay. Sorry, I can't. It might have a window open somewhere or something. No. Anyway, I kind of got myself here into a pickle. Sorry about that, Jason. Hold on. Let me see. File, exit. No, it won't let me enter a value. I can't enter a value here. Hauling compaction. There we go with the okay, so when in doubt, I'm gonna kill it for the sake of this live stream. Sorry guys, I'm gonna escape the Trimble Siteworks. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna turn this sucker up. And in the meantime, I'm gonna take a quick peek here on the other screen. And I just want to, since you are here and watching, again, like I said, this is just a kind of test. I never tried this before, so I figure I will, but this gives us a good idea. Let's see if I have... if I have here like okay, so now we have back here. Is this gonna open? As you can see, I could. So there is two ways I input the topsoil there, right? So I when I give it to the estimators and whatnot, right? So as you can see, let's go back here. So there is a project here. They are just doing like a huge some agricultural, like a museum or something like that. So all this green stuff, it's like almost landscaping landscaping areas, which I had as defined under my MSc manager as this site improvement landscaping, right, as a grass. And we basically put 150 of topsoil on anywhere, right? So that would be my site improvement for all the green areas. So because let's say they are digging out the hole here and they are filling this area here, they might use the common, they might use clay, whatever, or they have excess of topsoil. So they, when they strip, they pile the topsoil, and they know they have 100 cubes, right? 1,000 cubes, whatever. And then they know they have 10,000 cubes of fill. So they know, hey, to put the topsoil on top, we're just going to need this amount for these areas here, 150 thick, which the report would calculate. And they know from the, let's say I was stripping the whole site, right? So then under the takeoff, under defined topsoil, that's where I would strip it. So when I ran my report here, let's go for, and this one was even done in phases, right? So it was like phase 1 and phase 2. But I think this one is the whole thing. And this was nothing they would take away, right? Everything would stay on the site because it's so huge. They have place to do stockpile if they need to or whatever. So when I ran this one, the top of the report will show how much topsoil I have at the beginning, which will show me how much of topsoil when I strip, and whatever oops, sorry guys, I'm just, my camera's not. So when I did the defined topsoil, based on the areas and based on the geotechnical, they would said, okay, this area has 300 mils of topsoil, this area has 400 mils, this area 400, right? So you can divide those areas, right? So obviously would show you I think I didn't check the topsoil when I did the report, hey? Yeah, topsoil handling. Sorry, I'm just gonna rerun it real quick. So based on that geotech, I would input the areas, right? Because you can have multiple areas for the stripping. You don't just have to have one, the whole site and one number, right? You can have this, let's say, the east portion was 400, the west portion was 100, north there was no topsoil or whatnot, right? So you can have multiple areas. That's why I have the topsoil stripping layer there. And now let's see, the page 2 should show us, or page 1, no, page 2 is going to show us the stripping, right? So I know Then on this side, I'm going to have 124,000 cubes of topsoil. And then if I go to the back, right? So here is my sound improvement category, that green stuff. At 150, I'm going to need only 45,000 cubes to cover that area with the topsoil. So when I look at it back, if I subtract my 45 from 100, I know I have 80,000 cubes of topsoil, which I can just bury somewhere. So that's how I look at it, right? Like I'm not really specifying it the way in the material, hey, this is usable or not. I still set it up in MSC, but yes, my areas of interest are, well, you have to, right? Like, because MSC is just setting up your materials and site improvements. The way I set it up is basically, like I said, so first of all, I stripped the whole site. So that was my AOI. And in this case, because it was a farmer's field, we, based on the geotechnical, we decided that we're going to strip 300 of topsoil away. Then we said, okay, this is the building, right? So we have in MSI manager set as a site improvement under concrete building pad, which was 150 of concrete and 250 of gravel, right? And then the orange is a gravel, so they're not gonna do pavement there, but they're just gonna do a gravel parking lot, which was 400 thick. Okay, so yeah, so these are my regions, these are my improvements, right? But I didn't, the way I'm dealing with the topsoil is that in my takeoff report, I see my topsoil stripped. So this is my available stripping. So this is what I would strip, right? Then I would grade the site, right? But I know at the end that this is my landscape area, and I'm gonna require the 46,000 cubes of topsoil to. Oh, okay, I'll open MSI. So first of all, you have to have the topsoil defined as a material. So I have it under earthen as a landscaping, right? And then I have it under the site improvement as a landscaping, as a grass, right? And at this project, I'm putting in 150. So if I was putting more, some projects, they want to have 200, 300 of topsoil. Some projects, they just want to have 100 of topsoil. Not sure if you are working in metric, but like, hey, 4 inches or 6 inches, right? So something like that. I'm not sure if that makes it a little bit clearer. Like, I mean, I'm working most of the time with the earth moving contractors, right? So they do not really need to know these little nuances. Hey, if I butt up, like when you turn on this one, right? What am I looking for? Yeah. This landscaping, whether I butt it up, under. Wonder if. Let's try it, right? I mean, square meters, installation price, I don't really care because, planimetric, vertical. The pricing is usually on the estimators, right? Sign improvement. So I would put my same idea, right? Where is it? Landscaping thickness. Like I said, the same idea, 150. Topsoil material known, thickness So these are the edge properties. These are the things, right? So you can have the sloping one, or you can have vertical, right? So this is where you would decide that, and then you can have a either percent or 1-to-1, right? If you are doing this would, like with the road, you're gonna have that gravel like that, right? I mean, on a huge project, it might make you big difference. We do straight. What is this? Topsoil replacement requires topsoil material. No, I'm not dealing with that. I mean, custom report, right? So, okay, so hold on. Let me change that here. So my under categorize, right? Uh, so right now my landscaping is associated with it doesn't show up here. I didn't hit landscaping topsoil. You know what I'm trying to see, like these areas, because that's my landscaping. I'm trying to associate that with. So I do have landscaping grass, but it doesn't show up here. So how do you define? How do you define? The layer landscaping. Landscaping. So I do have it defined in the material, right, over here. Everything seems right, but how do you define which layer takes that? Because that's how I usually define it. You have to define it under topsoil preparation requirements. I'm live. So, sorry guys. Well, I have it under landscaping topsoil, just like I had the before, my own landscaping. So before they didn't have this landscaping topsoil, way back when, right? Now they do have it. Yeah, well, I have it here, right? I just created this one, right? That's what you're saying. So I under landscaping topsoil, I have created landscaping topsoil, defined it as a square meters, defined my thickness, everything. However, when I go to assign it to my area, I don't see it over here as assign it. So I'm not sure how does that work. So hold on, let's maybe do, well, that's where we have a help, right? I'll look into it. Maybe that's a video we need to create, right? But I haven't done much with the or maybe I have to do the material, earth and material, new earth and material, topsoil material, topsoil usable topsoil replacement. Okay, let's do the green stuff for it. I'll do medium green. Close. Oh, I didn't want to close it. I wanted to go here, and maybe topsoil material because I didn't have that. Close. Okay, thickness, edge properties. Oh, the little edge. Okay, well, let's go, I don't know, 1 inch. Okay, and now let's say if I still doesn't show. I put 1. Well, that's a good question. Let me write this down. I'll play around with it in more detail. Yes, but I see what you're saying, right? So once you defined it, so landscaping, topsoil. Because the way I have it right now, even if I go custom report, I'll just do the like phase 1, doesn't matter, because phase 1 is just like, I think this half or something. You should have asked. I'll just have to play with it a little bit more. I remember seeing those when they came up with it. We did look into it. I've been part of those webinars and everything, but I haven't used it because this way, which I have it, it works, right? The way it works for the guys which I work with. So you know how it is. When it works, don't break it, right? So let's see. Let's take a look at here, right? So we have the again area of interest, reminding it, whatever. So yeah, so you see, I still have the topsoil here, the way I do it, right? Not with that new thing, right? So here is my stripping, right? So I stripped this much topsoil. And then at some point, somewhere here, gravel, grass, right? So this would be the replacement. But I see what you're saying, right? Like, why do they have this here if it's not showing? So we must be missing some little thing here somewhere, and we're gonna figure it out. What the beauty of the live stream, right? Yeah. Huh. Edge properties, everything is defined. I don't care about installation price. Oops. Yeah. Now it's gonna drive me crazy. Yeah, you got me here for sure. You got me here. I'm wondering if it's just gonna go under original. No, still doesn't show here. Okay, well, something to figure out. Yeah, I've been with the Business Center since version 1, 2009, 10. Yeah, 2010 when we started to do the transitions from Terra model to Business Center. It was like that 2008 to 2010 when Trimble bought a whole bunch of those companies like Spectra, Zeiss, and all these. They all came with their own little software, so that the whole idea of Business Center was to kind of put everything together, so you have one hub where you can put everything in and then shoot everything. Yeah, Terra model, if you look up here, where is that camera thing? Yeah, there is, I think, there is the Terra model manual and even the Terra model CD still. I got that up there for sure. Let's see if I can. See. Trimble Terra model. Yeah. And the manual is Terra model user guide. Eh? Been messing around with Trimble for a while. Okay, well, you got me here a little bit puzzled, but I'm pretty sure it's just some little things which we are missing, and we'll figure that one out there. Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with Terra model. If it works, like I always say, don't break it, right? Like, I mean, I know few people which use Terra model in the specific way, and they just don't want to learn Business Center. They just look at it and say, hey, this is too complicated, right? And also, I still have few older German. They used to work with Paydirt and they just love it, right? So it's just a different, right? Like it's a different software and everything. It's like the Siteworks and SCS and Access. Everybody has their own things they like, right? Well, you know what, Jay? It's good to talk to you. I'm gonna definitely look into it, and then kind of hoping to always grab a whole bunch of questions. And oh yeah, he has that the update. They still sell Terra model up in Australia, right? It's they bought it off of Trimble, and they still develop and they still work on those MDLs for it. Don't remember the company, Geocomp or something like that. Geocomp, Terramono. Yeah, there we go. You see, you can still buy it, right? And they have those packs. And I actually I ran into the other day client from I don't know, Arizona or somewhere down there, called me that they wanted to export the from Terra model into their controller, but it wouldn't export the names of the lines. and they were asking me whether how is it, how to do it, right? So I said, well, from the business center, there is no problem. Teramodel wasn't capable of that, but they created an MDL within like a couple of days, which did it, right? So depending on which pack you had, you were able to get that those names, right? Like, I mean, if you look, I think they have like so many of these uh, MDLs for it. It's not even funny. I don't know. I think there was a way to kind of list them all over there. Yeah, yeah. I don't need. Oh, maybe when you. Oh, maybe a survey pack or something, right? Like when you click on it, I think it tells you. No, I mean, I used to have that construction pack way back when, but yeah, I haven't used it in a long time. There is, I think, there is still a video uh, on my YouTube channel, something with Terra model, but it's been a long time. I wouldn't even know how to where to start again. I know people which would disagree that Business Center is better than that. All good. It's all good. Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna call it a night tonight. It's Friday and everything. So nice to talk to you, Jay. I'll look into that topsoil thing and see. Might have to do something with those um, comments here under takeoff, like with the strata and everything. And yeah, we'll go from there. Dimensions, it's hard to say, like I do have two kiddos which I love to spend time with, and house and a dog and a wife and everything, right? So I definitely used to go. Might be some yeah, there is some of those plaques up there, or the name things, but yeah, priorities, right? Okay, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed this one. Hope I helped the about the hatching there, hatching question. So I'll be posting that. I'll leave the live stream up as a video, and I'll come up with this topsoil stuff, and we'll create a video. And yeah, you guys see me tinkering with a whole bunch of new equipment. So we'll talk to you later. And let's figure out how to end this thing. Okay, let's stop this. And